You've been growing the wrong things, not because you're a bad gardener, because no one ever told you the truth about what food security actually requires. Most of what fills seed catalogs, and most of what wins garden tours and Instagram grids, is gorgeous and useless when it matters. It won't feed you through a hard winter, it won't store without a freezer, it won't replant itself from its own seed, and it will leave you standing in a grocery store line the moment the system hiccups. And the system is hiccuping. I've spent years studying the plants that actually fed people when nothing else could. The crops that survived droughts and long winters and empty shelves. The ones that required no supply chain, no electricity, and no permission. 8 plants, every nutritional category covered. Every one of them regenerates from its own seed, indefinitely. If you're serious about building a food system that answers to no one, hit subscribe right now. This channel is built for that. New guide every week. Before we get into the 8 plants, I want to mention something for 15 seconds. Everything in this video, every technique, every storage tip, every seed-saving method, my team and I built it all into 2 complete written guides. The Beginner's Gardening Guide and the Food Self-Sufficiency Blueprint. Together, over 250 pages, step-by-step, practical, built for real families. Right now, during our launch window, you get both as a bundle for $29.90, less than a single bag of groceries, 14-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked. Link is pinned in the comments and in the description. If you want to go deeper after this video, that's your place. Link is below. Now, let's talk plants. Let's get into the 8, starting with the one most people already grow, but almost no one grows correctly. Number 8, zucchini. And before you scroll, this isn't the zucchini you're thinking of. Most people treat zucchini as a summer side dish. They harvest small, eat fresh, and let the rest rot. That's leaving serious food on the table. Here's what a survival mindset looks like with this plant. 1 plant, 60 days to first harvest, 30 to 50 pounds of food. That math doesn't exist anywhere else in the garden. Build a planting mound, a raised hill of soil, 12 inches high and 3 feet wide. Plant your seeds at the crown. This keeps water draining away from the base, prevents the root rot that kills most beginner plants, and doubles your germination success rate. 1 technique. Most growers never learn it. Stop harvesting small. Let your zucchini grow to the size of your forearm. When the skin hardens, you've crossed into storage territory. A mature zucchini stores whole, at room temperature, no refrigeration, for 5 to 6 months. When you're ready to use it, scoop the seeds, rinse, and dry for a week. Seal them in a glass jar. Those seeds stay viable for 6 years. Roast them with salt and oil. You've just made a snack packed with magnesium and healthy fat. Zucchini is your insurance policy. Fast, forgiving, and completely free to replant. Forever. Number 7, spaghetti squash. The bridge between seasons. While zucchini carries you through summer, this one carries you through winter. Harvest in September. Eat fresh food in March. 1 plant produces 8 squash. Each one lasts 6 to 8 months in a cool, dark space. No processing, no electricity, just time. Most people assume squash needs ground space. It doesn't. Spaghetti squash climbs. Train it up a trellis, a fence, a simple A-frame. 2 square feet of footprint for an entire harvest. The vine supports its own fruit. You save the space for something else. Cut it in half, roast it, fork out the strands. It becomes a pasta-like base that absorbs any flavor, neutral, and deeply satisfying when other options narrow. 3 survival resources from 1 plant. Storage food, seeds for next season, roasted seeds for minerals. Never waste a single seed. In the absence of traditional supplements, these are your mineral supply. This is how you eat fresh in the dark months. The king of winter storage, no grid required. Number 6, the crop that kept civilizations alive through winter. 1 pound of potatoes delivers 350 calories, enough carbohydrate to fuel a full day of labor. They grow in almost any soil, tolerate cold, and store for months in a cool basement. There is no more historically proven survival crop. Space is the common objection. Here's the fix. Form chicken wire into a cylinder, fill with a mix of soil and straw. As the plant grows tall, add another 6-inch layer of soil and bury the lower leaves. Repeat until you've built 4 feet of height. Result: 80 to 150 potatoes from 3 square feet of ground. The structure is reusable for years. Seed saving is almost automatic. Set aside a handful of small potatoes at harvest. Store cool and dark. Plant in spring. Each eye becomes a new plant. 1 potato becomes 10. 10 becomes 100. no catalog, no dependency, pure exponential growth. Watch the flowers. When they fade, the harvest below is beginning to mature. The plant tells you everything you need to know. Listen to it. Number 5, climbing beans. The plant most survival gardens undervalue, and the one they can't survive without. Vegetables keep you full. Beans keep you alive. Dry beans are 15 to 20% protein. They store for years at room temperature, and pole beans maximize every inch of space. A single 6-foot trellis produces 20 pounds of food using only 2 square feet of ground. Plant at the base of the trellis, they climb on their own. Leave pods on the vine until they're brittle and dry. That's when they're ready for long-term storage. The seed saving is automatic. The beans you eat are the seeds you plant. Keep a handful from each harvest. They stay viable for 3 years. Beans are nitrogen-fixing legumes. Their roots pull nitrogen from the atmosphere and deposit it into the ground around them. They're growing your next crop while they grow themselves. The silent workers of the garden. Eat them fresh as snap beans in summer. Wait for the dry harvest in fall for winter protein. Grow multiple varieties. Biodiversity is your backup. Some will always thrive. This is how you feed your family when the shelves are empty. Storable protein. Better than canned meat. Better than supplements. And it grows while you sleep. Number 4, butternut, acorn, delicata, winter squash. When a crisis extends beyond weeks into months, caloric survival isn't enough. Your body needs micronutrients, and most emergency food supplies fail here completely. Winter squash is dense in vitamin A, potassium, fiber, and immune-supporting compounds. It stores 4 to 6 months without any processing. No freezer, no canning, no electricity, just a cool, dark space. Train them vertically. 1 plant, 2 square feet, heavy squash produced above the ground where air circulates and rot can't reach. Patience is part of the system. Wait for full ripeness. The harder the skin, the longer it stores. Knock on it. When it sounds hollow, it's ready. Roast it, mashing it, blend it into soup. Sweet without added sugar, satisfying without meat. 1 squash gives you food for the week, seeds for next season, and roasted seeds as a snack. While others survive on white rice and flour, you'll be eating vitamins. The nutritional bridge to your survival. Grow it vertical. Grow it for life. Number 3, tomatoes. The survival crop hiding in plain sight. Most people treat them as a luxury, a summer treat. That's a mistake that costs you all winter. Grow paste varieties. San Marzano, Amish paste, Roma. They're meatier, lower in water content, and built for preservation. 40 pounds per plant when properly supported. That's not a harvest. That's a winter supply. Method 1, eat fresh in peak season. Method 2, sun-dry sliced tomatoes on screens. Concentrate nutrients and flavor. Method 3, cook down into thick paste and store in sealed jars. Method 4, ferment. Salt-preserve tomatoes last months and become probiotic rich. Method 5, dehydrate whole and rehydrate in soups and sauces all winter. Each method concentrates what the tomato has to offer. Each one requires no grid. Pick a fully ripe tomato, squeeze the seeds into a jar with water. Let it ferment 2 to 3 days until mold forms on the surface. This breaks down the germination-inhibiting coating. Rinse. Dry on a plate for a week. Store in a sealed jar in a cool, dark drawer. Tomato seeds stay viable for 6 years. 5 minutes of work, 6 years of insurance. Vitamin C, lycopene, everything your immune system needs through the long winter months. These seeds are your freedom. Grow them, save them, control your supply. Number 2, and this one changes everything about how you think about your garden. Ask most gardeners what their food garden is missing. They'll say protein. They're wrong. They're missing fat. Without adequate dietary fat, your body cannot absorb fat-soluble vitamins, cannot regulate hormones, cannot maintain cognitive function through long winters. Every other plant we've covered gives you carbohydrates or protein. Sunflowers give you fat. These seeds are 50% fat. Store them whole in their shells. They stay viable for years. Roasting them makes them a calorie-dense snack that fuels your body when the air turns cold. High calorie, high fat, high freedom. Number 1, peas. The only plant that feeds you and heals your soil. Peas are the ultimate survival crop for one simple reason. They are the first to grow and the first to repair. They grow in the cool of early spring, long before anything else. Like beans, they fix nitrogen in the soil. But they do it earlier. preparing the ground for the heavy feeders like tomatoes and squash. Dry them on the vine for seed saving. One handful of seeds will plant your entire early garden next year. High in protein, high in fiber, and the perfect companion for every other plant on this list. Your garden's first responder. 8 plants, a complete food system, calorie-dense, nutrient-rich, and completely self-regenerating. No catalog, no dependency, no permission, just your ground and your seeds. This is how you build a food system that answers to no one. Start today, plant the right things, save your seeds, grow your ground. Don't forget the guides, link in the comments, subscribe for more every week. I'll see you in the garden.